Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is one of the saddest and most dark in the MCU. It is a perfect send-off for the original Guardians and paves the way for the new generation for the Guardians of the Galaxy. That being said, let's warp into the Cina-Verse of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
The film focuses on Rocket's origin story as being one of the experiments of the High Revolutionary, and the Guardians takes on this new villain, the High Revolutionary, to save Rocket's life. Film is well balanced between comedy, storytelling, and action, and a good transition into the very dark and emotional scenes. Overall, it's a roller coaster around James Gunn's beautiful, weird mind.
The overall story of this movie seemed to move at a really well done pace. It did not shy away from introducing to us a new major Marvel character in Adam Warlock. The dark tone was also introduced quite quickly into this film, something James Gunn was signaling to us, the audience, that listen, this is not going to be like its predecessors, it's going to be this dark, edgy movie.
The point of this movie, focusing on Rocket's origin story, takes us back to the first Guardians film. This is very interesting as this is the closing installment of the Guardians, the original Guardians. So this was a great move by James Gunn, as the final Guardians film focuses on the main protagonist, which is Rocket the raccoon.
Surprise, surprise, he's a raccoon.
What's a raccoon? What's a raccoon? It's what you are, stupid.
This was actually hinted by Layla when they met in Limbo. It was like a secret nod to the audience that yes, Rocket Raccoon is the actual protagonist of Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, Chris Pratt playing Star-Lord, he's the main protagonist of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
He was like the puppet of the
kind of, yes. So he's like the face of the franchise, but the actual main protagonist of the Guardians franchise was Rocket. So everyone loves Rocket. I love Rocket. He loves Rocket. Everyone loves Rocket.
The story, I would say, is one of the saddest story in Marvel. He was treated badly, he suffered, he was tortured, he was used as an experiment. We both cried by the end.
I was crying midway.
This is why Rocket is one of the best characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy, because even though through all the torture, you can see like he's still motivated, like he still managed to escape, try to help people.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
We didn't get how he met Groot.
We don't get that.
We don't.
Let's be interesting. I was really touched by how he found 3 great friends, and even though they just met, was like very close with them. However, he did find a new family with Guardians of the Galaxy.
The High Revolutionary is introduced as the new main villain in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. An evil genius. He wants to create this perfect society. He doesn't want to conquer the universe. He wants to correct it.
A bigger, ambitious goal,
I would say,
than just snapping your fingers and half the universe is gone.
Exactly. This leads him to experiment on a number of different creatures, specifically from Earth. He has a weird fixation.
Yeah, he made a counter Earth. Thought it would be humans at first, but then we find they are all animals. Yeah. Like half animals, half humans.
He mutates them in order to form this higher intelligence. It is hinted that he has failed numerous times with his experiments, so he has numerous failed perfect societies, which, if you've seen the film, we know what he does with his failed perfect society. Killed millions of billions of creatures. Dear audience, please prepare for my love letter to the High Revolutionary, because I really loved him as a villain. Okay. I would put the High Revolutionary up there on the villain scale of the MCU. He had moral intentions.
He wanted a better society. Is it perfect when you just kill multiple of people for your society?
You're going to have inequalities, you're going to have violence. That is in its way perfect because
Okay.
they're natural. He had a certain motive. He didn't want just to, kill or destroy. There was reasoning behind this. It's the same thing with Thanos. That's why it's like I want to compare the two. Created conflict for the story. But what I really liked as well about this character is, yes, okay, he has this god complex, but this is the thing where, power goes to your head. Even his own followers were ready to stop him because the
That's
power
when you go,
when
you
you
go
go
insane.
ultra. His morality is thrown out of the window. He just wanted power at that point, and that's why he wanted Rocket so much.
He was the best.
He was
creation.
smarter than him.
Exactly.
Where one of his followers, she mentioned God. He said, there is no God, that's why I'm here. Now, that's a mega God complex,
Yes.
in my opinion.
I think that was the best phrase in all the film, I would say. Whoa.
There's a lot of religious symbolism in this film.
Yeah,
and me being a fucking sociology nerd, all right? Listen, I want to talk about this, but I'm not going to because this video will be 5 hours long. But there was a lot of religious symbolism in this film, and I loved it.
I think before this film came out, there were a lot of expectations by the fans that there were a lot of people, characters of the Guardians, characters going to die. But then, like, James Gunn saw that expectation as like, okay, I'm going to like do something else and make you think they're going to die, but then they don't actually die. I would say James Gunn, as a great director, he managed to like steer us visually and also emotionally in this film.
I went with the mindset that, okay, I'm going to see at least 2 characters die. My money was on Drax and Mantis. And I'm going to cry.
Yeah, we were trying to prepare for that.
There were scenes in the movie, a couple of close calls. Post-credits hint a lot at the future of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So there will be future Guardian of the Galaxy films, I would think.
Just a new Guardians.
A new generation captained by Rocket.
Yeah.
Peter Quill will return. Chris Pratt
just taking
will
a break
come back.
now. He just went back to Earth.
Taking a break, eating some cereal with his granddad.
That's
right?
something you do every Sunday. Overall, we can say this film was very well made by James Gunn. This film sort of brings Marvel back into what it should be. And this film has so many emotions flying around left and right.
This film is by far, in my opinion, the best of the trilogy and one of the best in the general MCU. This is a perfect example of quality over quantity. A perfect send-off. The original OG Guardians will be forever missed.
I think we both gave the same ratings. I gave it an 8.5. And
I also gave it an 8.5 on the verge of a 9.
So
it was great. Yeah. I'll watch it again.
If you liked the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.
Okay.